I didn't plan on watching them alone. That was just how it happened. It was late, close to midnight, and I couldn't sleep. My apartment was quiet in that hollow way it gets when everyone else in the building is already unconscious. I told myself I'd put something on for background noise, just to help me drift off. I scrolled past movies, past shows I'd already seen, and stopped on a playlist of true scary stories. I hesitated. The title warned me not to watch alone. I smirked and clicked play anyway. The first story was mild, creepy, sure, but nothing that stuck with me. A strange noise, a shadow, a close call. I relaxed into the couch, phone in hand, lights dimmed. The narrator's voice was calm, steady, almost comforting. Halfway through the second story, I noticed my apartment felt quieter than before. Not silent, just reduced, like someone had turned down the volume of the world. The refrigerator hum seemed farther away. Even the traffic outside sounded distant. I glanced at the door, then laughed at myself. The third story started with someone describing how they watched horror videos late at night to feel less alone. That made me pause. I checked the time, 12:47 a.m. The video buffered briefly, then resumed. The narrator mentioned details that felt oddly specific. Living alone. A couch near a window. A hallway just out of sight. My hallway was just out of sight too. I shifted uncomfortably, telling myself coincidences happen. Horror relies on relatability. That's the point. Still, I turned on a lamp. The light helped a little. The fourth story was harder to ignore. The narrator described someone hearing a soft sound in their apartment while watching scary videos, a sound they assumed came from the video itself. As the words left the narrator's mouth, I heard it. A faint click. I froze. The sound came again, sharper this time, like a fingernail tapping lightly against glass. I muted the video and held my breath. The sound continued. It wasn't coming from my phone. It was coming from the window behind me. I didn't turn around right away. I sat there, muscles tense, heart pounding, listening. The tapping stopped after a few seconds, replaced by silence. I exhaled slowly and told myself it was a branch-wind. Temperature changes, anything. I unmuted the video. The narrator laughed softly. That's when I realized I wasn't alone anymore. I shut the video off. The apartment felt too big suddenly. Too many dark corners. I stood up, turned on every light, and checked the window. Nothing there. No scratches. No movement outside. I told myself I was done for the night. As I walked back toward the couch, my phone vibrated. New notification. Continue watching? I almost deleted the app. Instead, against my better judgment, I hit play again. The next story didn't start with a narrator. It started with silence. Then a voice spoke, softer than before, closer. This one only works if you're alone, it said. My stomach dropped. I checked the channel name, same as before, same playlist. I tried to skip ahead. The progress bar wouldn't move. The voice continued. If someone else is with you, this won't happen. If you're watching in a group, nothing changes. My throat went dry. But you're not. The voice said gently, are you? The lights flickered. I backed away from the couch. Phone clenched in my hand. This isn't funny, I said out loud. Feeling ridiculous and terrified at the same time, the voice sighed. You always say that. A shape moved in my peripheral vision. I spun, heart racing, but saw nothing. When I looked back at my phone, the screen showed my apartment. From above, from an angle that didn't exist, I could see myself standing near the couch, phone glowing in my hand. I looked small in the frame, exposed. "I didn't upload this one," the voice said. "You did." The image zoomed in on my face. I dropped the phone. It didn't hit the floor. It stopped midair, hovering for half a second before settling gently back onto the couch. The screen was dark now. Behind me, something shifted. I felt breath near my ear. Slow, curious. "You should have watched with someone else," the voice whispered. Not from the phone. From the room. I ran. I didn't grab keys. I didn't grab my wallet. I yanked the door open and bolted into the hallway, not stopping until I reached the stairwell. I stood there shaking, listening for footsteps behind me. There were none. I stayed with a friend that night. I told them I'd had a panic attack. They didn't press. The next day, I went back to my apartment with them. Everything looked normal. No signs of anyone else. No damage. No scratches. No phone on the couch. My phone was on the kitchen counter, unlocked. The video app was open, paused. The title read, "You'll regret watching these true scary stories alone." Underneath it, a progress bar sat almost at the end. I never finished the video. I deleted the app. I avoided horror content entirely for months. Eventually, the fear dulled. Life moved on. But sometimes, late at night, when I'm alone and scrolling mindlessly, I'll see a familiar thumbnail appear in my recommendations. No matter how many times I refresh, it stays, and beneath it, a new line of text appears. Next time, don't stop halfway.